With more than 500 yards receiving in his last 2 games, Coronado's Shaney Wilkinson has proven to be quite the offensive threat for the Mustangs. George Watson has more with our Player of the Week.
All right, thanks, Travis. We're here with Coronado wide receiver Shaney Wilkinson. Shaney, another huge game for the Mustangs in their win over Tascosa. 9 catches, 256 yards. I mean, what was it? Just throw the ball deep to you and let you go get it, kind of like Randy Moss or something?
Yeah, it was more of what they weren't doing than more of what we were doing. That's a pretty base play we had. Their safety was just sitting there, and I didn't know what he was doing, so I just ran right by him, and he had a couple misfortunes, and I didn't see him the second half.
Well, it was kind of, I was watching some of the first half. I mean, it was pretty much just throw it over him. I mean, and it's almost, you know, you had to actually stop and wait on it, get it, and then take off. It's not like it was hit you in stride. I mean, you had to kind of actually make a play on a couple of them.
Yeah, it's one big thing we do. We try to find weaknesses in their secondary, and we try to exploit them. And he was just the unlucky guy on that certain day.
Now, I told Coach Henderson this earlier. I thought the big play, you know, you guys are up at halftime, but you get a stop on them, you know, to start the third quarter. And then the first play, you're catching that little bubble screen and going 70 yards. It really kind of expanded the lead. I mean, did you guys feel pretty much that the game was in your guys' control at that point?
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at their sideline after that play, they didn't look too happy, and that was just a perfect play call. When you bring all your linebackers, there's only 4 guys getting blocked by like 6 or 7. I didn't really have to do much on that play. I just ran as fast as I could down the sideline. It was a great call by Coach Henderson.
Yeah. Now talk about this season as a whole, Shane. I mean, you know, last year you were kind of the 4th, maybe 5th receiver. A lot of times not that many yards. What did you do off-season wise, preseason wise to get you ready to be in this #1 role?
Knowing all those great receivers we had last year were going to go, I know we needed someone to step up, and I got my knee healthier. I did a lot of leg work, try to get my quickness and speed up, and that really helped me this year.
Is there something, I mean, because you and Chris Camp, quarterback, are in the same class, was there something that, you know, that, like a connection between you 2 guys that really helps you guys out?
Yeah, we're actually pretty good friends outside of school. We hang out all the time. We got that connection. We just have good chemistry between each other, and it's just like he knows where I'm going to be on the field, and I know where he's going to put the ball, so that always helps.
Now, you kind of the backup quarterback last year. Were you okay, you know, staying at full-time receiver? Would you have rather gone and played quarterback? Were you okay with staying at receiver?
Oh, Chris is doing a great job. I've always been a receiver my whole life. Only switched to quarterback last year full-time. So I was comfortable with Chris being there. I knew he could do it, and I trusted him more than me back there at quarterback.
You guys have 3 games left. Obviously, a big one with Permian this week. The playoff chances are kind of hanging in the balance. Talk about the approach for you guys this week.
We're going to treat it like just every other game. You know, we're not going to look at them and say, wow, they're the #5 team in state. We're going to treat them as any other team. We're going to play our hardest, and hopefully we'll get out of there with a win.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Shaney Wilkinson is catching balls against Permian like he has the last 2 weeks, especially this last week, there's no reason why Coronado can't go up and beat Permian. Travis, back to you.
All right, another game, another great performance for Wilkinson this past week, George.
Yeah, a big game for Wilkinson. You know, it's interesting. You know, he was kind of lost in the mix with all the receivers they had, some outstanding receivers they had last year and winning that district championship. He only had maybe 100, 200 yards receiving, and you know, I think he passed that in his first game, and he hadn't stopped since. I mean, just watching him there on Friday afternoon, especially in that first half, just catching everything in sight. You know, and they were long bombs. They were, you know, bubble screens that he was taking to the house. Just a great job by Wilkinson, and that's why he's the leading receiver in this district this year.
All right, when we come back, George will talk to Roosevelt head coach Greg Pointer and how he's revamped the offense there at Roosevelt for our Coach's Chalk Talk session right here on the